two granddaughters spring sing their little school. One's in second grade, one's in fourth grade. And every time anybody had a little solo, they had this long pause while they tried to figure out how to turn on the microphone. It made what was supposed to be a half-hour little event for parents and grandparents into like this marathon. Anyway, I wanted to thank Adriana Campoy and all the people who have worked to put together this reading. One of the things that has struck me doing the being involved with the Solidarity Alliance has been the importance of making common cause against a common enemy, to struggle against a common problem. The Solidarity Alliance's participants represent a very diverse and often conflicting group of interests. Union people historically have not shared interests with faculty, for example, and there are many different kinds of student organizations which are either in uneasy relationships with each other or even sometimes don't get along at all. And all of those elements have come together to talk, to organize, to activate, to inspire, and to understand each other. I think that the group of organizations that have come together to put on this event, this evening, CalSlam, the BPR, Berkeley Poetry Review, Vagabond, and the Multicultural Literary Journal, I think it's called. These are also groups that have very different aesthetic interests, different populations that are involved with them, but gathering together as poets to make common cause and to express community, fellowship, shared curiosity, and determination to keep going is, I think, at the heart of tonight's event. And it's why I feel honored to be participating in it. The question about the relationship of poetry to politics is always going to be a vexed and complicated one. There are no easy and secure answers. People come at the problem from different vantage points. There is nothing that degrades a aesthetic, literary creation in it becoming political. And likewise, in a work that is not ostensibly political, there is nothing irresponsible or denying about it. There are many ways in which the project of poetry can proceed and have political ramifications, either explicit or implicit or very muted. The project, which I'm going to read from when it's my turn to come back up here in a few minutes, is one that interested me because it's an homage to Scheherazade, and I tell you this because it's pertinent to this evening's event. The Arabian Nights, the 1001 Nights, if you know the backstory, there's a young woman, Scheherazade, who is sort of the last remaining virgin in the kingdom. The Shah, whose name is Shahriyar, had caught his wife having sex with a servant, and in jealous rage and misogyny, he starts having sex with all the virgins in the kingdom, and after that, he kills them. Scheherazade, who in the backstory is described as the most knowledgeable person who had ever lived at any time or ever would live at any time to come, takes it on herself to have sex with the guy every night, so there's no drama about that. But then, as you know, she entertains him and then leaves off the story at dawn, and he's too curious about how it turns out to kill her. And in the course of the 1001 Nights of this tale-telling, she educates Shahriyar, or re-educates him, and he learns from the tales. So he learns from the creative art about the horrors of cruelty, the tragic comedy of sex, the delights of laughter, and the importance of social responsibility. And I think likewise that part of the task of art, of poetry, of literary work, is to do that kind of teaching. But usually in the way that Scheherazade does, which is not to explain or explicate the tales that she tells. She just tells them. And it's up to scholars and literary critics, which we all are also here, of course, to find out the explanations and the explications of art. But it's the task of art to be art. And I think that's what we should be celebrating here tonight.